What's good, ignorant gamers in the house? Your boy Snow,
Neff,
and we're bringing you this report.
Far Cry 3,
a little DMC, a little other stuff, but we're gonna start off at the top. Let's talk about the PlayStation Store. It's finally getting a .com. Mad late.
Wait, you serious?
Yeah, mad late.
Well, let me ask you before you go on. Can you actually buy stuff from the PlayStation Store and it will transfer over to when you sign on to your console?
Yes.
So say if, for instance, like a new downloadable content came up for Skyrim and I'm at work, I can buy it and when I get home it'll be ready?
Okay. Yes and no. And the no part is the part that aggravates me. So, yes, you can make the purchase, but then no on the part where it's already ready for you when you get home. It will wait till you turn your machine on or to download, or it will it depends on what time you set your automatic update. So if you set but that's a PS Plus feature. If you put your updates somewhere like around 8 p.m. or right before the time you come home, it will take care of all the updates and do the download that you requested from while on the website.
So if I don't pay $50 for the year,
then it's basically when you come home. So that's something they need to fix. Xbox got one up on that.
You got one up on everything PS3 does.
That's that man's opinion. I don't share that. Oh, check out our PlayStation 4 and Xbox 720 video that we've done. Link in the description below. Devil May Cry is out. Nino Kuni is out. But I'm going to talk about DMC right now. It's a reboot. People were a little about it, but the reviews have been great.
Yeah, the reviews have been up there, been up to par. The reviews actually been up there with Far Cry 3, you know, as far as the numbers wise,
right?
You know? So
let's see, IGN 8.9, GameSpot 8, and Adam Sessler on Rev3 Games. So if you don't know where he's at, that's where he's at. He gave it a 3 out of 5.
Adam Sessler, 3 out of 5.
Yeah, and I know the number sounds crazy.
That's just one guy. That's not a company. So.
When you listen to him, it's not a bad thing. It's really not. It's some stuff that like mechanically hurts the game for him that may break it for certain players, but it's not like a flawed game. It's still a great game. He does tell you to get it.
Right. Well, I know I actually seen like it was a website review. I'm not gonna name the name because I'm not getting paid for it, but they actually said that the lock-on mechanics was kind of iffy, but
he mentions that.
Yeah,
he mentions that.
It doesn't ruin the game.
And one of the things that he kind of got at it was a form of art versus productization. So on a product-wise, he could rate it higher, but he believes games are art, and I agree with him as well that the video games are art. And he goes, there's a lot of adolescent teen stuff happening in there that's more like curse for the young boys, but then for those that have grown up with DMC, it's like, come on, son, you don't have to do that to get this effect. And the acting is on point, but the script is trash. And it's a deeper story. The story is deeper. We can actually follow the story now. We actually know what the hell's going on. In other DMC games, you don't really know. You don't really care. You just go and slash. Like God of War, because they came out around the same time. God of War, you always knew what the story was.
Yeah, God of War actually had like as far as like a slash 'em up game, it actually has one of the best stories. And another game that followed behind God of War that was a good slash 'em up game was Dante's Inferno.
Right, which a lot of people like.
It's
a sleeper title. It's a sleeper title. So, what do you guys think about the DMC if you picked it up? I know my boy Rich, who's a Street Fighter tournament guy. He said he had to go to 3 stores to get it, and that hasn't happened to him in a long time.
Sold out everywhere?
Where he's from. He's in Connecticut.
I think DMC is going to be more like Sleeping Dogs, where it's actually a good game, but a lot of people is not going to pick it up until, they hear about it from their friends, their co-workers, and they go into work to find out more about it. And then they realize, oh, wow, this game is pretty good once they, they see at somebody else's house to play it, and then they actually get it in their hands. So, don't be one of the people who wait till like months down the road and regret not picking it up on day one of the first week.
If I wasn't on my fuck Capcom shit, I'd have it already. So let's skip past that.
Capcom makes some decent games, man. They make some decent games.
Here's one. Yeah, they do. Here's one. Here's one of the things that came out at the buzzer of 2012 and may have missed a lot of Game of the Year talk for 2012. Far Cry 3. Now, I've been following the chatter, but this man's been playing it, so I'm gonna just shut up and let him do his thing.
This game right here, it came out December 4th. Right, that's
right before the VGAs.
Right before the VGAs. You know, it kind of missed it, you know what I mean, because, you know, they didn't have enough time. But I believe this game came out, you know, somewhere around, you know, the time where, you know, Call of Duty dropped, you know, Assassin's Creed dropped, which was around.
It's within the season.
You know, it's still in the season, but it's not enough to, you know, catch the gaming awards. But I feel if this game would actually been in, you know, the categories, it would have won Action Game of the Year. You know, in my opinion, it should have won Game of the Year. It should have beat Walking Dead, which is also another good game. But this game has a solid storyline, good gameplay, tons of side missions. The graphics look good. The stories is good. The presentation is awesome. You know, the cutscenes, you know, the acting, the voice acting, and, you know, the animation. This to me has, you know, it has one of the best material that a game, you know, is made out of.
So let me ask you something. Could Far Cry be the non-zombie version of Dead Island if it wanted to?
No.
So, but it is open world, though.
It's open world, but, you know,
open island, actually.
Yeah, I mean, open island. I mean, it's different islands, you know.
Yeah.
But, you know, I think the way, you know, Far Cry best suits it, I mean, the level up system is, you know, I want to compare it to Skyrim or compare it to Dead Island. Mm-hmm. It has its own level up system where, you know, you want to go, you know, hunting for sharks, so you gotta dive into deep water, so you gotta level up so you can hold your breath on the water. Okay. You know, and takedown system where you can take down one guy and then throw a knife at another guy, or you can take down two guys, or take down one guy and then shoot another guy. It has some pretty cool features in here where, you know, that, you know, I really dig. You know, a lot of people actually comparing it to Skyrim, say it's the Skyrim with guns. You know,
that's a pretty large claim.
Yeah, pretty large claim, but I actually don't see it because even though it does have a lot of side missions, it doesn't have as many as Skyrim. Mm-hmm. You know, it's not as long as Skyrim because it actually took me a week or two to actually beat this game, and that's doing majority of the side missions. You know, I mean, I still gotta find letters and stuff like that in there, but I'm not too big into like side missions like that where it doesn't benefit me or my guy so much. So I did what I had to do, you know, to beat the game. So that's what I did.
Okay, definitely recommend.
I recommend it.
Okay,
worth the $60.
And since I did say it's a release day, so Ni no Kuni, shout out to Nigel. He's a big fan of JRPGs. Ni no Kuni Wrath of the White Witch came out today, and wasn't many reviews out, but there's a lot of chatter going on about it, and IGN, of all people, is the only people that reviewed it, and as far as professionally, they gave it a 9.4. If you are into this JRPG thing, from what I'm reading from user reviews, man, it's like Pokemon / what was the other game they called it out on? Pokemon meets the Hive or something like that? I don't know, but they kept referring to that other game. I didn't know what that was, but it sounded cool, and from the overview that I saw was pretty good. And if you have a PS3, the demo is up. I don't think people know that the demo is there.
Nobody knows PS3 is there.
Moving along. I'm going to keep this real short. Activision turned down or blocked a Call of Duty movie.
What? I would have too. What were they going to make the movie on? This first person, I mean, a guy behind a camera with a gun just shooting for no reason?
I'm keeping a 2013 tally. That is the best thing they've fucking done already. I think that's going to be the best thing they do all year.
You know what they need to do with Call of Duty? Dig it a ditch and just bury it.
Medal of Honor, Battlefield bitches.
And Halo.
So, speaking of that, THQ, it's Doomsday is coming. It might be January 22nd.
But, you know, I meant to say something about THQ. I had read recently, well, actually a few weeks ago, you know, I've been, you know, found this THQ Bankruptcy, thing going on where, you know, they actually had to try to sell some assets off, you know, or auction it off, and it was blocked by a judge. But it was recently they went back to court, and the judge had granted them to sell off, you know, some assets, so you know they could stay afloat. I forgot which chapter of bankruptcy they was founded, but bankruptcy at all can't be good. No bankruptcy is good.
I mean, it's
MC Hammer.
It's a sign. It's a sign of bad times to come. You know, when you're being picked off like that, people are just taking your shit, and you put a new pub over it. Like, that's a bad thing. A lot of people are gonna lose jobs. A lot of devs are gonna lose jobs.
A lot of layoffs.
But yeah, that may happen on January 22nd. That is the doomsday that everyone's predicting in the industry. And in case you're a little confused about what games these guys have, some of them are for debate of whether or not they could be saved or whatever, but just for the sake, you got Red Faction.
That could be saved.
I think it could be retired.
It could be rebooted.
There's probably a way to reboot it, maybe down the line, like how they rebooted Devil May Cry. You got the WWE series, which always makes money.
They ain't going nowhere.
Right.
If anything,
the last time
that's one of the titles that they actually might keep.
They would have to.
They would have to.
Yeah. Right. Saints Row series, which is on fire right now.
They definitely gonna keep that.
Darksiders, which is on fire right now.
They don't keep that, but actually
that needs to be a third.
They said that, you know, the sales for that wasn't as what they, you know, expected it to be. No, but you know,
I think that's going to be one of those games where
it's going to pick up during the summertime.
Right.
It's going to pick up.
Because between January to maybe about March, that is that dead period. So if I was them, I'd be...
That's called the tax refund time.
Then you got the Warhammer series, which...
Space Marines.
Right. That could probably... Metro last night, I don't know if you guys have been following that. It's on our list of games to come out this year. That Metro last night game is awesome. You know, the series, I don't know about the entire series, but that's looked very promising.
The Metro 13? Or
the Metro last night is the one that's coming out very recently. Then they got Homefront. Homefront,
they could actually... They could work with it. You know
they could work with Homefront.
They could work with it. If they just clean it up and polish it and... You know, change up a few controls, it will actually be up there, you know, with the top first-person shooters.
Well, they did right with the control structure.
But they had a good storyline.
They bit the pro. Oh, well, yeah, of course, when you're following a book written by someone that knows how to write stories, yeah.
Good American, you know.
But if they were to get sold off, a lot of people are already saying, like, that can go into EA. And in my theory to go on top of that is, if Medal of Honor goes away, which I do not want, Homefront would be the right replacement for that.
I don't think any replacement could replace Medal of Honor.
I agree.
Because Medal of Honor is a good game. It's very, you know...
fucking haters.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what to say about that. The reviewers out there, man, stop hating on Medal of Honor because you ain't getting no early copies.
It's $30. Go to your local game store. It's $30. Go pick it up.
And they still got the limited edition on
exactly.
Shelf, so
that means you get the map packs for free.
That's right. What's that?
0 Dark 30 for the US. Yeah.
You know, that based on that movie where they killed Osama bin Laden also.
Then they got Marvel Superhero Squad and Stacking. Stacking is a game that went under the radar. I don't expect you guys to know that.
Those were actually PlayStation exclusives too.
And that I didn't find out till just now.
Yeah.
So that's that. And the last thing I want to speak about is this thing called GameStick. So, GameStick is this basically portable Android thing that's about yay big, and there's a stick that goes into your TV, and well, pretty much it's the game. It's like you can have Android games. It's a console. It's basically a console. It's like an Android console in your hand, and you know,
is it running on ice cream sandwich?
Who knows? Who knows? Maybe it will when it's shipped. But I'm pretty sure it's going to be Jelly Bean. And, you know, it's basically the most portable TV games console ever created. So we're talking about, like, those little things that you can find in the stand in the mall. And you plug up to your TV and it just works. You know, something like that.
Stay away from those, man, because my warranty will not cover that. I don't know if y'all warranty will cover it, but mine won't.
If you guys have heard about this GameStick, we'll probably do a separate video, probably not, but comment on us if you want us to get into that about what that's about. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on. They got shut down.
They did?
Yeah.
Just now? I know they got canned and it was back on. No, it's back on.
They put it back on?
Yeah, I was about to get to that.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. So if you guys wanted to get into that, just let us know. They did get shut down last week, and then right after that, they were brought back up. The Kickstarter is still live. They got like 16, as of right now, they got 16 days left to do this video, you know, to make it happen for their pledges. And, I don't know.
I won't buy it. I want to know.
I don't have a need for it.
I definitely have no need for it.
Because I don't like mobile gaming. I don't even have a Vita.
Are you gonna be playing Subway Surfer on your TV? Bejeweled? I mean, they got all.
So my Bejeweled popping. So I don't know.
Words with Friends, but you're gonna be playing on your goddamn TV.
In defense.
I mean, you're gonna be sitting there. And then something's gonna pop up. Oh, Snow made a move in Words with Friends, and then you're gonna look. I'm gonna shut that game down so fast. I'm gonna throw that shit out.
In
my
defense,
windows.
Android has an incredible lineup of more serious games, and GameLoft is one of the developers that are pushing that hardcore.
They do.
And with the Ouya coming out and a couple of other things coming out that's going for this market, they must know that that phone experience and that tablet experience is not meeting the quota. So why not give a portable device? Maybe those people that's doing it may want it, maybe not. But who knows?
It sounds as useless as a Wii U.
The Wii U is pretty useless. I mean, we got members on our team that don't want to claim
my
it.
kids wanted that for Christmas. I told them Santa Claus died before he could pick it up. I refused to drop
That's
money.
mad ignorant, son. That's mad ignorant.
I'm an ignorant gamer.
You already know. Check out the website. Check out some of our other topics that we've been doing.
Wait, before we go, I want to get into this Wii U for a second. I just got to get into this Wii U for a second.
Let's do it. Wii U Rant is on.
You know when the when the Wii first dropped, it was sold out everywhere for like the first good 6 months to a year. The Wii U, when it first dropped, I could go into a GameStop a few days later and pick one up if I wanted to. They actually had signs up in the window, handwritten signs. We had Wii U in stock. Nintendo was desperate for that. Desperate.
Let me tell you something else about the Wii U.
The controller is this big.
That release.
The controller is this big. What am I going to do with a controller this big, son? I'm going to be up there like, oh snap! I'm shooting somebody in Call of Duty. Controller is this big, son. It's heavy. It's like you holding the TV up in your hand. You gonna get tired. Your arms gonna get tired, and then you gonna get frustrated and just throw the damn thing on the floor.
The last thing I want to say about
Forget
that.
the Wii U, son. Wii U, man. You need to burn it out, son.
The last thing I want to say about
After
that
Wii U
is it didn't feel like a release date when the Wii U came out. It didn't feel like a console release. I felt like this had a bigger
came out a week after the Call of Duty.
I feel like Call of Duty had a big anticipation. I feel like Medal of Honor had a bigger anticipation.
Halo did too.
Of course, Halo was an event. The Wii U event didn't feel like that. So, anyway, we out. Oh, one more thing. PlayStation 3 finally outshipped Xbox, and rumors have it that PS4 may come out first. We out.
They got to. That's the only way they could sell units.
Ignorant Gamers.
Nah, we out.
Snow.